Here at Spare Time Raceway, trying out the Apex Armor rear wing for the Jag. We're gonna try it out. I did the low option. I honestly do think it reduced the drag compared to the stock wing because this thing was flying on the straight. So I think the race is about to start, so we'll see how it goes. The install process was super easy, and I really appreciated the fact that you don't have to cut or modify the stock body in any way. You just replace these two screws. You just remove these two screws and replace the wing. It's pretty straightforward. Putting the car on track, running this wing kind of removes the natural push that the Jag body tends towards. It gave me a lot of confidence to navigate traffic and try to set up cool overtakes. It's only my second time running this car. It's already doing the MR04 wobble. We got Kid Sims, the creator of Apex Armor and the rear wings for the LM. He gave me the one for the Jag, and I ran it tonight. It was super fast.
Yeah.
I think it made a difference. I'm about to go test it compared to the stock wing and see, but what was like the inspiration behind this?
Well, so we got, we're looking at these wings on these, like the Jaguar and the Mazda and the Sauber, and realize how breakable they are. And when you break them, then now you're looking at a whole new body. So we thought about, man, if we could come up with some replacement wings that are readily available and easily installed in the car and can even be removed and put your original wing back on, that'd be great too. So that's what and it's me and my brother. I will take my brother is the mad genius behind all this. I'm just the talking puppet, But yeah, he's the one that did most of the designing, because we have a wing for the Mazda, the Mercedes, and the Jaguar, and then we also have the tuning kits, which gives you a 10-degree brackets, 20-degree, 30-degree, 40-degree, and 50-degree. So with that, you got, with the two wings that come in the original kit, now you have 10 different options that you can run with and see what works best with your driving style and the class that you're running in. So, and that was kind of the idea behind the whole thing. It's just giving guys options to play with, and that way, if they break a wing off the car, they're not buying a whole new body, at $50 from the Kyosho. So that was kind of the idea behind it.
Cool. And then do you have a website? Is it available already?
So right now we just have a Facebook page. So it's Apex Armor RC on Facebook. We do have a website that we're in development right now. We're still working on that.
I'm excited to test it versus the stock wing and see if it makes a difference. On feel, it feels like it did, because I prefer a pretty pushy car, I prefer like a pretty pointy car, so I went with the lower option.
Right.
And it definitely did, it definitely had a good front end bias. So I'm curious to see what it was like compared to the stock wing.
So yeah, because on the Jaguar, you have downforce created by the air, where I think the stock wing is going to be a little bit heavier, so you might get some downforce by weight, but the panels are flat, plain flat, so you may not get any. You're not going to get any air downforce, but you might get some weight downforce. So I'm curious to see what the difference is.
So after the race, I ran a couple practice sessions on an empty track, and I did back-to-back tests with the stock rear wing versus the Apex wing. In both sessions, I was able to hit a 7.9. There was a 0.04 of a difference in the lap times. I would say on performance, they're pretty much equivalent. Now, when it comes to the chassis balance, running the Apex wing actually shifted the grip towards the front, and I think that's because it's lighter than the stock rear wing. And on these LM bodies, the wing is way out at the back of the car, so I think removing weight from behind the rear axle like that really shifts the balance of the car towards the front. So preference-wise, I prefer that, because that's how I like my cars to drive. And then the other cool thing with the Apex wing was the peace of mind, because you don't have to worry about it breaking. Like I said in my first thoughts on the LM video, I literally broke my rear wing the first race day, and it was in practice before I even got into racing. So with that Apex wing, I'm not so stressed about it breaking while I'm on track racing, which to me is a real consideration with this Jag body. It seems to pick up a new crack every time I hit the track with it. So that's my thoughts on the Apex Armor rear wing. I definitely recommend this to anyone running LM. If you're going to run a Kyosho body, I'd probably probably just run the stock one until it breaks and then switch over, but it could be something to play around with to change the balance of the car. I'd be curious to see with some of the other bodies what the difference is switching between the stock and the Apex rear wing. But if you made it to the end of the video, I hope this was helpful or at least entertaining, and don't forget to subscribe to the Mini Racers for all things Mini Z Racing.